This is Christian Gomez with the New American Magazine, and today we have with us on the program Heather Hobbs, pro-life speaker with Save the One. Welcome back again, Heather.
Thank you for having me again, Christian.
Last Friday, Rebecca Kiesling, the president of Save the One, the pro-life organization that you represent, Heather, was in Des Moines, Iowa, with Congressman Steve King to show her and the organization's support for the congressman amidst these allegations of some comments that he said. Now, Heather, as a representative of Save the One, could you go into detail about the organization's decision to come out and support the congressman amid this backlash?
Absolutely. So, as an organization, we cater specifically towards women who've conceived in rape or children who were conceived in rape. We have a network of over 900 women or children from rape or women who conceived in rape. We're international. And so, Congressman Steve King has actually really stood up for our organization and the people groups that we specifically stand for to help the so-called hard cases, if you will, as people call them. And so we're a no exceptions pro-life organization. We fight for equality. And as a mother of a child who was conceived in rape, for me personally, outside of Save the One, it's wonderful that I have representatives like Steve King who are going to stand up for children like mine, that he's no exceptions, not for disability, not for those who've conceived in rape. And we have a pretty firm belief that we punish rapists and not babies.
Now, many in the Republican Party don't share Congressman King's views on right to life versus some exceptions for some cases of abortion. What are your thoughts about those in the Republican Party that are not as defensive of unborn life like Congressman King is?
So I believe personally that it's all a big political game. As you know, I was in Georgia for HB 481. We did an exclusive on that one for
The
their
Born
heartbeat bill.
Alive bill? The heartbeat
Yes,
bill.
heartbeat bill. And while I was there, I got to witness firsthand the political games where people said they were no exceptions, but then when it came down to their votes, when it came down to what they were saying to the media, they had changed what they told us as an organization. And so for me, it was very eye-opening because I went into this kind of naive in the sense that I was like, everybody is fighting for equal rights. Everybody cares about all children with no exceptions. And then as I saw, there are politicians out there who play the game and they will cave to pressures from the other side, from the Democratic side to appease them. And they will add in those exceptions, which they're discriminatory, they're dehumanizing, it's targeting certain people groups. And if you can dehumanize and segregate innocent children, what does that say about the rest of Americans? You can discriminate at all ages.
So can you tell us a bit about Save the One and its current efforts to support Born Alive bills in different states right now?
Well, currently, as you know, we're kind of getting towards the end of the year. I personally was here in Oregon fighting for the Born Alive Act, which every Democrat here voted against. They're all endorsed by Planned Parenthood here. We have representatives all over the country. We all go to different states when there's a Born Alive Act or a heartbeat bill. And one of the biggest things that we fight for is that if we're going to have a pro-life law, if there's going to be pro-life legislation, that it doesn't target and discriminate against children conceived in rape or those who maybe have a disability, like our son Gideon. He was given a 0% chance at life, and so he was urged to be aborted, a late-term abortion at 24 to 26 weeks. So those are the types of cases that we don't want exceptions for. We don't want these children to be dehumanized by society, because what does that say to these people when they grow into adults if they know that the majority or a great number of people have voted to say that people like them are not worthy of life or protection, equal protection by the law?
So now that Save the One has come out in support of Congressman King, is Save the One looking to provide any kind of similar support for other elected officials out there that you're aware of?
Well, we are definitely, I will say, we are watching people very closely right now to see what they do. And, there are definitely organizations and politicians out there who are no exceptions believers, and we wholeheartedly support those people. But there are people that we're watching closely to see what choices they make and if they're going to protect all people indiscriminately. Ultimately, my goal, as you guys know, is that we don't have to raise our next generation in a world where we discriminate on race or gender, disability, or way of conception.
Now, specifically regarding Congressman King, now some in the media have tried to portray him as an apologist for rape, or that he somehow endorses and supports the raping of women. Now, that's obviously absurd and ludicrous. But
Yes.
I'd like to hear your take about Congressman King's remarks, and also why Save the One would align themselves with Congressman King as he's getting this media backlash. What does that say about Congressman King? But also, what does it say about Save the One to be supporting Congressman King at this particular time?
So for Congressman King, we are supporting him because we don't really care what the media wants or what they say. We care about what's right and what's morally the right thing to do. So with what in reference to his comments, as we continually say, you can be pro police but not pro crime. So the same can be said of a great number of analogies. We could go on for days, but the point is that they are attacking Steve King because they cannot corrupt him. They cannot get him to bend to their liberal agenda. And because of that, he has been under extreme attack this entire year. And because he is a representative standing up for people like our president, Rebecca Kiesling, who was conceived in rape, or my oldest child, because he is being brave and not caving to what they want, we are supporting him because we do not care about being politically correct. We care about doing what's right and fighting for all people indiscriminately.
Okay, well, that's all the time we have today on the program. Is there anything else you'd like to tell our viewers out there, perhaps to check out your organization's website?
Absolutely. We have a website called savetheone.com. You can also follow us on Facebook. I also have a Facebook page, Heather Hobbs Pro Life Speaker, and my website is heatherhobbs.org. We will be updating you as we go about who we are supporting. And of course, that's usually where you can get firsthand information.
Also, be sure to like and follow The New American on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Thank you for joining us again on the program, Heather.
Thank you guys. I look forward to seeing you guys again.